Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela Web Dev. In this video, we will learn about the switch statement in the C programming language. The switch statement is a control structure in the C that simplifies making decisions when there are multiple alternatives. So normally we will be using, if you are having multiple conditions or multiple alternatives are there, means then we will be using the switch statements, just like if else only. So we'll try to see the difference between the if else and switch statement also. Unlike a series of if-else statements which become cumbersome, a switch provides a cleaner and more organized way to branch the execution of a program based on the value of an expression. So this is the brief overview of the switch statement in the C. So the typical syntax of the switch statement will look like this one. So I will try to show you here. So this is how. So switch, you will be having the expression. So expression means the condition or something like that. I will try to tell you this expression thing, and you will be having the different cases. So here the value and the constant and default here. So I will try to show you this one. So the first one is the expression. This is evaluated first and should result in an integer or a character value. So that means this one should return an integer or a character value. So based on that integer value, this case will be executed. Here the next one is the case labels, constant one like this. Each case is followed by a constant value. If the switch expression matches the case, means the corresponding block of the code will be executed. So for example, here the expression returns 1 means, so here you are having a case 1 means, so these statements will be executed. The last one is the default case. So what is this default? This is optional. If none of the case labels matches means, then the code in the default block runs. And you are able to see the break also here. The break statement ends the execution of the current case, prevents the execution from falling through to the subsequent cases. So that is the break statement we will be using. So execution flow of a switch. So how will be the execution flow of a switch? First what it will write is this expression is evaluated first. The result is compared against the values in the case labels. So here the value will be evaluated. Where a match is found, then that case will be executed. If there is no break means the execution continues to the next case and the default value if present. So for example, let's say that if case constant 1 is matched means if there is no break means then automatically all the cases will be executed. If no cases matches means then the default block executes if provided. So for example, I will try to show you a simple use case scenario with no break situation, without a break. So here I will try to copy some code and I will show you here. So this is our online compiler, and here in this one what I will try to do it is, let's assume that here we are having an int I is equal to 2. So here I am taking the switch of I. So now this evaluates to the integer value, and here I am taking the case 1, case 2, case 3 and also the default. So here I am printing the value. I am in case 1 and I am in case 2, I am in case 3, and the last one is the default value. Now if you try to observe here, so what will be the output? So here the output will be, if you try to observe carefully, so here first what it will try to do, the switch starts evaluating the cases. So when I is equal to 2, so here the I is equal to 2, then it matches the case 1. Is it matching? No, it is not matching. So I is equal to 2, right? Case 2. So here I is equal to 2, this is the case matching. So when I is equal to 2 matches the case 2, execution begins from here. So that is the reason I am in case 2 has been printed. Since there is no break in the case 2, it falls through and executes the case 3 also. So here it will not check. Automatically one time it has checked the case, right? It has been passed. So automatically all the statements below from the matching, it will be executed. So it executes the case 3 and the default one case as well. So here it will be executed all things. So that is the thing with no break case. So for example, the same thing if you try to write it with a break means, then here the code will be in such a way that, so I will copy and paste it here. Yeah. So here the same situation, int I is equal to 2. Then here what it will happen? So once I is equal to 2 matches the case 2, it executes the code in that case 2 block and the break statements. So here we have provided the break statement. The break statement which is provided prevents the execution from continuing to the subsequent cases or the default one. So that is the thing. So additional tips. So if I try to execute this code, so if you try to execute this code, so here you will be able to see I am in case 2, only this one case will be executed. So automatically the break is there, so that's why it has been not executing. Additional tips and tricks. So order of cases, the order of case labels doesn't matter. So for example, case 3 can come before case 1 also. For example, let's say that here also you can copy this one and you can paste it at the top also. So here the order doesn't have anything. No braces needed. Unlike if else statements, you don't need braces. So here if you are having multiple statements, means there is no need to keep the braces to group multiple statements in the case. And mandatory case matching. Every statement in a switch must belong to some case or default. So every switch statement, so everything should have a case. So now no default. If there is no default and no case match, means the control will simply exits the switch case. So that is one thing. Multiple cases for the same code. So for example, let's say that you can group the cases together if they share the same logic. So if something like if it is sharing the same logic, means then you can group the code. So here you can see something like example. I will try to show you. So like this. So you are having case A and case B, means so here you can write the case A like this and case A like this, and you can print A is an apple. So like this also you can use it. So the multiple cases also you can use it. So switch case versus the if. Use switch when decisions are based on discrete constant values. So whenever the decisions are in the constant values, means then we can use the switch. Use if when conditions involve ranges or more complex logic. So if you are having more complex logic, means then we will be using the if conditional statement. So expressions in switch. So for example, let's say that so this one is valid. So here I will try to show you some invalid and valid switch cases so that you can able to understand. Here, so switch of I plus j into k. So this is a valid one. But case I less than or equal to 20. Only constants or constant expressions are allowed in cases. So here you should not write something like case I less than or equal to. Only the constants or constant expressions should be used. Nested switch. While technically allowed, so this nested switch also technically allowed. Nesting switch statements is rare and can reduce the readability. So nesting of switch statements should not be used, but those are technically allowed. So some common uses of switch. So where we will be using the switch statements and all those things means. So what can I explain you for this one is common use cases is menu. We will be using in the menu driven programs, handling input based on specific keys like A, B, C, like these things, simplifying code with multiple discrete options. So this one. In C language, we also have a go-to statement also. So the go-to statement provides an unstructured jump to another part of the program, making code hard to follow and debug. Using structure control statements like switch, if else or loops is recommended to maintain readability and structure. So I will try to explain you about this go-to also. So I am trying to explain you. So in conclusion, what I want to tell you is the switch statement is a powerful and a structured alternative to a series of if statements when dealing with multiple discrete choices. Its usage can lead to cleaner and more readable code, especially when combined with the break to avoid unintentional fall throughs. So this is all about the brief introduction of the switch statement. Hope you understood about this switch thing. So we'll try to do some programming examples also. So just I am explaining you about the switch statement. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.